It's totally fine. I have a lot more stories.
That you do.
Yeah.
That you do.
Guilty as charged with the stories.
Good morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever it is when you're listening to this. Welcome to I've Got Something to Say with Chris Whiting. That's me. I'm Chris Whiting, and this is I've Got Something to Say. This week's edition is entitled, Keep It Simple, Stupid. So, as a young kid growing up, I wanted desperately to be into the cool music, whatever that happened to be. The problem was, I didn't know what the cool music was. And I didn't have any real musical taste of my own. It wasn't like I heard something and went like, oh yeah, that's me. So I just piggybacked on other people who I thought were cool, and whatever they liked, I liked. Early on in my career as a person listening to music, my cousin Darren, who I so looked up to, was into Kiss. And I thought, well, if he's into Kiss, I should be into Kiss. That would be pretty cool. So I would go to his house and we would listen to some of his Kiss albums, and I thought they were pretty cool. And I remember that I had been saving up some of my money and I was going to go buy my own Kiss album. But before I did, Darren let me borrow one of his albums, and I brought it home and I was listening to it, and I was so excited because I had finally found music that, I'll put this in quotes, I liked. Really was just music that I thought would make me cool to like because Darren liked it and Darren was cool. And I remember asking my dad to come in and listen to this music so he could see how cool it was to listen to Kiss. And I specifically remember the song called Take Me came on, and the lyrics started out, put your hand in my pocket, grab on to my rocket. And my dad was immediately disgusted at these lyrics because he was certain that they were nefarious in some way and perhaps sexually tainted. I was so naive at that age. I'm going to say 8, 9, 10, somewhere in there. It just didn't even dawn on me that those could be sexual in nature because it would be inappropriate, and wouldn't their parents be ashamed of them if they came up with lyrics that were suggestive in any way? So I tried to convince him that the lyrics were legit, they weren't sexual, because I really believed it. And as I'm telling you this, I cannot believe what a dork I was as I'm saying this, but I really believed that they were just good guys, you know, just making an honest living, singing songs for the kids. Anyway, my dad said, okay, if you're going to buy this album, it is all with your money. I am not contributing to this at all. So it was all on me to buy my first Kiss album. And I was okay with that. So I bought Kiss Alive 2, which was pretty badass. It was a double album. Later on, it became double platinum. I don't know, people who are big Kiss fans will remember that, but it sold to double platinum status, so they re-released it as double platinum as opposed to Kiss Alive 2. But I remember listening to it in my room, and as a double album, you could open it up. So you had two sleeves that were connected, almost like a centerfold kind of thing. And it showed the crowd, and they were playing to like a sold out arena, like a Sprint Center-esque type place. And it was just sold out. Everybody was screaming. They were up on stage with the makeup and the big shoes. And I just thought, my God, these guys they're untouchable. They were superheroes to me. They're playing rock and roll. The girls like them. They're wearing badass outfits. Like, I just thought they were totally untouchable, and I so wanted to be like Kiss. Well, that lasted for a few years, and then I sort of fell away from Kiss. I got into different music. I didn't need my rock stars all made up like clowns, so I started listening to like Culture Club and Twisted Sister and got into more mature music, Still, always listening to whatever was popular at the moment, like never really getting my own musical point of view on anything. Still haven't to this day, which bugs me, but I'm 50. What are you going to do? So, anyway, fast forward about 40 years, and I'm a council member at large in the city of Independence, also the mayor pro tem of the city of Independence. We have an arena, the Silverstein Ice Center's arena in Independence, that hosts the Kansas City Mavericks hockey team and also a whole lot of concerts. Well, turns out Kiss was doing a tour and coming to Silverstein Ice Center's arena. I believe this was in 2016. The mayor was out of town when Kiss was coming in town. Kiss, they're marketing wizards. I think we can all agree that their music isn't lights out or fantastic. That's not what they're famous for. But they were really brilliant with how they marketed themselves and created this machine that just printed out money for them. So even now, definitely in the twilight of their career, they're still very savvy with the marketing. So every town that they go to do a concert, they ask for the mayor to present them a key to the city at the concert in honor of their charity work. And they are happy to send you a sheet with bullet points to talk about relating to their charity work, so you can prop them up sufficiently for what they do. And it's great because they do donate to veterans, and it's a good cause and good for them. And they want their props for doing it. So, I get it. Well, as I said, the mayor was out of town. So when the mayor's out of town, the mayor pro tem takes over the ceremonial duties of the mayor. So it fell to me to present them a key to the city. So this was kind of a cool thing. I've got Kiss coming to my hometown. I'm going to present them a key to the city toward the end of their concert. We go there. It's kind of cool. We get to meet Kiss before the concert. So we're hanging out backstage and talking to their manager and meeting all these roadies and people that put the show together. Then it comes time to meet Kiss, and it's like, oh my God, I can't believe I am with these guys. Like, I am with Kiss. Like 40 years ago, I'm staring at the Kiss Alive 2 album just in awe, like they're unreal, they're untouchable, they're superheroes, and all of a sudden I'm right next to them. And they're like 70 and covered in the same makeup, but I must say still looking pretty good. So we got to take a picture. Gene Simmons grabbed my wife and put his arm around her in a pretty sketchy pose in the whole Me Too era that we're in right now. He was a little forward with my wife, but she's okay for it. And then they go out on stage. I'm waiting. They gave me a set list and told me what song to come backstage for so I could go up on stage. And I'm always nervous before I present something publicly, but holy cow, this was probably the most nervous I've ever been before talking in front of a group. Now, there was about 7,500 people in the arena, so that's a big crowd. But I don't think it was the crowd that got me. It was just like, this is full circle for me. I've gone from laying in my bedroom listening to my Kiss Alive 2 album that I bought with my own money to being at a concert, getting ready to present Kiss with a key to my city. It was unreal. And so as they're going through each song on the list, I'm A, getting more and more nervous, and B, realizing their music is not good. It's just not. It's so simple. It's fun. It's fun, but it's simple, and it's just, even with the lack of musical taste that I have, I can tell that it's not complex or it's not high on the artistic scale. So I'm listening to their music going, okay, it's not great, but it's fun. I'm having a good time, and I am scared spitless. So it comes time, we walk down. I get ready to go up on stage next to Paul Stanley, and I realize I have no idea what I'm going to say. Like, what am I going to do to present this key to the city? I'm supposed to walk up, stand next to the, I think he was the Star Child. I'm not sure which one he was. I know he wasn't the demon or the cat. Anyway, so, and I tell myself, you know what? Make it easy, man. Just be authentic. Talk about getting that album when you were a kid. Talk about what that meant to you. Talk about what it feels like now to be next to one of your childhood heroes, handing him the key to the city. So I decided to keep it simple. I walked up there. I have no idea what I said. None whatsoever. But I talked, as far as I know, it was intelligible, and I got it out. I handed the key to the city to Paul Stanley. I have a kick-ass photo of the two of us next to each other right before that happened, which I love. I shook his hand, and I realized as I was standing there so close to him that sometimes life comes full circle, and sometimes your superheroes get up into their 70s and still put on their makeup and perform. But I think the lesson for me in all of that was, even though their music's not fantastic, and even though they're old now, they're still doing what they love. They're out there, they're marketing, they're getting props for doing their charity work, they're making their music, they're putting on their makeup. So I hope that 20 years from now, whatever it is that I love, I'm still doing it just like Paul and Ace and Peter and Gene and the gang. So anyway, folks, that's it for this edition of I've Got Something to Say. I'm Chris Whiting. Thank you for listening. Please tune in next week. There will be another brand new episode. It's sure to be exciting. Big thanks to Paul and the folks here at KCTK Radio for producing this podcast. I've Got Something to Say would not be coming to you if it weren't for them. Thank you so much, and we'll talk to you next time.